She was healthy, beautiful baby girl, beautiful girl, and she was such a good baby, such a happy baby. We've always been close, a close family out through the years. Never have spent a lot of time apart, you know. Just raised up a fine young woman. I couldn't have raised a better youngin, you know, than her. But she was all around a good kid. I didn't realize how much her life impacted a lot of people. The joy that people shared, you know, with Sarah, you know, every time she come around, you know, she was a lot of life, a lot of joy. She made just you laugh, you know, a lot of people. I can't count the many people that's come up and told me the joy that they have brought to them. And she loved her job. She loved what she was doing. One of her co-workers come up to me and told me they was going to make her an analyst. What an honor that is to me and her mother, that, you know, we raised this girl that had the potential for somebody to put the time in her to make her be to the top. You know, it was such joy that, you know, the company shared that with us, that, you know, our daughter, you know, could be somebody like this and be on the top, you know. And it was a joy for us, you know, to get to see that transpire, you know, and see her grow more into life, you know. She won't get that chance now. But she's in heaven now. I don't have to worry about her no more. Worry about if something was going to happen to her or anything like that. I don't have that worry anymore. I just got the sadness that I've got to deal with for the rest of my life because she's not here. And I'm just glad that God gave me the opportunity to see her go through life, graduate. Because that was one of my biggest things, to see her graduate. I've always had 3 things I wanted to do in life. And one was to see her graduate. And wanted to give her away when she was married. And I can't do that. And she had an awesome man that she had to spend the rest of her life with. Good man, Dylan, he's a good man. And she loved him. They was together 4 years, you know, and he was fixing to pop the question the next month, which is November, is when he was going to ask her to marry him. And I think the most that really hurts me about losing Sarah is her first. And not to bear no kids, I won't have no grandyoungins by Sarah, is what really hits home base. Is to see some little Sarahs running around. I won't never have that. She called her sister first, and she didn't answer the phone, so she called me, and she was talking about work, and she was talking about the birthday party and all that, you know, and I didn't talk to her maybe 2 minutes on the phone before she was hit on the truck, and I was talking to her, and then she said something. And then Daddy was the last thing that I heard before the truck hit her. And I heard scratching around in the truck. And I thought she had just dropped her phone. Not knowing she was hit by a truck. Because it just didn't dawn on me, you know, that she was hit by a truck. And that was the last words I heard. I didn't dawn on me. And that was at 3:05 when she called me. And I heard some guys in the background. I said, well, that's just somebody coming out of the office, and she'll call me back. It didn't dawn on me that, she'd been in an accident. And my son-in-law called me an hour to the minute and said, Sarah's been in a bad accident. And I knew that she'd been in a bad wreck. And I got out there to the accident. And my son-in-law called me. He said, Freddy, don't go out there. I was already there. I was like, I could see the truck. I was already out there. And they wouldn't let me see her in the truck, but the coroner come see me. And I told him, I said, I want to see my kid. They brought her out and had her stretched out on the stretcher. And just her head was showing. And she looked good compared to what she went through. She looked real good. I never want to relive it. And I battled with the phone business, with her being on the phone with me. Would she still be here if she wasn't on the phone with me? Maybe, maybe not. I can't put that on me for the rest of my life. But is it a factor? Yeah, a big factor in it. Because if she wasn't on that phone, she could have still been here. If she wasn't talking to me on the phone, she'd have been more alert, more focused on what's coming down the highway, what's not coming this way, what's not coming that way. Do I need to work, instead of focusing on talking to me and telling me what's going on and what we're going to do. It could have been a lot better. Sarah knew she was loved. She knew her mama loved her. She knew her daddy loved her and her sisters. She always knew it. But that day she died. The last word I heard out of her mouth was Daddy. That was it. And then she was hit. But if I could talk to her right now, I'd tell her, I'd give her a big hug and tell her that Daddy loves you. Be careful. Watch your surroundings, because you never know what's going to happen.